Hi, my name is Afrika. I am 13 years of age and I live in South Africa in a place called Shalongubo. I like to animate, I like digital art, and I do a little bit of traditional. I can solve up to 6 types of Rubiks Cubes. And I like mysteries. Okay. This is a 2x2 Rubik's Cube. It is called, its official name is the Easy Cube. It was made maybe a few years after the 3x3. And this is a cube. It is called a cube because of its very weird turning method. It turns at a skew angle, so it's called a skew due to the fact that it turns skew. This is called a pyraminx because it just has a, most of these cubes have a tradition of being called a minx. So there's a mega minx, a pyraminx, a killer minx, and just a bunch of a ton of minxes. Here, this is a 3x3, which is one of the most common cubes in the world. Almost everyone knows about it, and almost everyone has tried it. It is a very easy cube to solve if you know what you're doing, and you can learn how to solve one on the internet. I've been solving the 3x3 for almost 2 years now, and I've gotten better than when I started. And it's just a form of algorithms and different it's just getting the cube how you want it to be by using algorithms. And the algorithms allow you to set up the cube to be how you need it to be. And this is a 4x4. I'm not sure, oh no, it's the Rubiks Revenge. The official name is Rubiks Revenge. And it is also solved quite similar to the 3x3. It is a bit different, but it's solved quite similarly to the 3x3. It's been called it's also one of the hard cubes on this list because I haven't been solving it for more than not even a year now, probably like 7 months. So I haven't been solving this one for very long, but it is very fun, and I would advise it for most people who already know how to solve the 3x3 to try this one out. It was also hard to design, but it was designed. And it also took a while for people to end up with speed cubes, and it took almost 50 years for people to come up with speed cubes. Because speed cubes are different from normal cubes because speed cubes have magnets, and they also built to be fast for people who solve regularly, and they also solve fast for competitions and stuff. Most of these cubes are WCA cubes. So WCA stands for World Cube Association, and the WCA has specific cubes that are allowed in and specific cubes that aren't allowed in. So 4x4, 3x3, 2x2, megaminx, pyraminx, blindfolded 3x3, blindfolded 4x4, blindfolded 2x2, blindfolded 5x5. And there's probably a few others that I'm not naming so far, but there's quite a few WCA cubes, and the ones I have are pyraminx, skew, 3x3, 4x4, 2x2, and blindfolded, I guess, but that doesn't really count. Yes. And there are a lot of different possibilities that you can have on a Rubik's Cube. Specifically on the 3x3, there are 43 quintillion different combinations. 2x2, it's 3 billion, I think. I'm not entirely sure. And the Rubik's Cube was invented by the man named Rubik, also why it's called the Rubik's Cube. But it was not meant to be called the Rubik's Cube. He was supposed to call it the Magic Cube, but the toy companies weren't having that, so they ended up naming it. The Rubik's Cube, and Erno actually spent 6 months trying to solve it, and he eventually did it. And he's still alive to this day. 50 years ago, he invented the Rubik's Cube in his early 20s. So he's probably about 70 now. Yes. Erno himself. And I've grown my collection over the years of different Rubik's Cubes. Or should I say Magic Cube, because I do enjoy it, but my biggest passion has to be art. I really struggle with this one. It's like a 3x3, but it's a bit different. It's a bit trickier compared to the 3x3. I didn't really ever learn how to solve this one, so I never really searched up a tutorial. I just solved it, and it's very tricky. But if I get the hang of it, I'll do it. Here we go. Solved. And that's all the cubes solved. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. We decided, because it felt like learning in our own way would give us more freedom to learn what we want instead of held captive to learn something specific. My art and animation and all my Rubik's Cubes. Basically, we figure out what we want to learn and we go do research or study about what that subject is, and it gives us a little more freedom to learn what we want. Most of the time, I chat with my friends through WhatsApp, and if I don't do that, then I have maybe 1 or 2 friends that I hang out with here. I usually wake up, I'll go get food, draw maybe a little bit, maybe half a picture, and I'll play outside. Then I'll go back inside maybe in the afternoon and finish off the rest of the picture. It feels like people think that we don't learn anything by not going to school, but as we do our activities and play around, we get to experiment with how things work, and it almost gives us a different perspective on how to learn things, and it's a good way to learn. The fact that it gives us more perspective and a little more room to experiment and see how things work. It's that it is a little harder to make new friends and to be social. I usually I usually research on the internet. I'll watch videos, and at the moment, I'm doing a class on animation, an online class. I'll usually search on the internet, but if I can't find anything, then I'll experiment or test it a little bit to find my own way. Maybe a month or two ago, I made a picture for my mom on her birthday, and I'm really proud of the picture because it's one of my best artworks. I don't think I would have been able to do animation or digital art. I think I would have been too tired coming back from school, and it would have been so much work, and I wouldn't have really gotten a lot of time. And I also can't do it late at night because I need to sleep for school. I think the idea of a classroom is a good idea, but I feel like it could be more open to other subjects and allow you to learn more things instead of learning specific subjects that might be completely useless later on in your life. That it is school, even though it doesn't seem similar. It is school, and you're still learning just as much as you would have been learning at school.